cover lesson 30-1, translations of the quadratic parent function. There were a couple of vocabularies that we're going to get started in this very first section. This lesson will be split into 4 separate sections. We'll cover questions 1 to 3, questions 4 and 5, questions 6 to 9, and questions 13 to 16. The function y equals x squared, or f of x equals x squared, is called the quadratic parent function. A parent function is the most basic function of a particular category or type. For example, the linear parent function is y equals x, or f of x equals x. Number 1, complete the table for y equals x squared and then graph the function. We want to try -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, and 3. So again, we're plugging into the function x squared. So we've got -3. I'm going to put that in parentheses. Squared gives me +9. Now I want to do that without the parentheses and just show you the difference. Notice here, whenever I did not put the parentheses in, I got -9. And that is because it's not squaring the negative there. But we know that if we ask something to be squared, we're saying -3 times -3, which is indeed a positive. So it's important that we put the parentheses here. We're going to say -2 squared is 4. -1 squared is 1. 0 squared is 0. One squared, is 1. 2 squared is 4. And 3 squared is 9. It asks me not to complete only the table, but to also complete the picture. So we've got -3 up to 9 is here. -2 up to 4 is here. -1 up to 1 is here. We have 0, 0, 1, 1, 2, 4, and 3, 9. We're going to connect these with a line. And we've got this like curved action going here. Use words such as vertex, maximum, minimum, increasing, decreasing to describe the graph of y equals x squared. Well, we could say things like the graph is a parabola. With vertex at 0, 0. It asked me to use that word vertex. That's where that makes that curve. We could say things like the minimum value is 0 at x equals 0. Use that word. We could say the graph has no maximum value. We can talk about increasing. The graph is increasing from 0 to infinity. Because it's increasing on this side, right? The graph is decreasing from negative infinity to 0. Because it's decreasing on this side. All right. The line that passes through the vertex of a parabola and divides the parabola into two symmetrical parts of the parabola is called an axis of symmetry. Draw the axis of symmetry from the graph of y equals x squared as a dashed line on the graph in item 1. All my points are symmetrical around this line that goes through the vertex. We call this our axis of symmetry. So I'm going to put C graph. Write the equation of the axis of symmetry you drew in item 1. Any line that is vertical, which means goes straight up and down, is of the form x equals. The question is what do all my x values equal on this line? They all equal 0. On the next slide, you're going to see a couple of debriefing questions to follow up this section, and then we'll move on to the next section.